Yes, people, welcome back. Today I'm going to take you through the day in the life of an average bodybuilder. I'm going to train, I'm going to eat like them, and I'm going to show you why you shouldn't be training and eating like this. I'm going to give you alternatives. This is because for some reason, when people start out on their fitness journey, or at least somewhere along the way, they feel the need to train and eat like a bodybuilder, this very restrictive lifestyle. And there's usually a lot of mistakes that they make along the way, and they're usually taking steroids, which helps an awful lot as well. So, I'll get on with the video. I'm gonna have breakfast. So first things first, you've just woke up, and obviously you've went a long time without protein, so you need a protein hit straight away, first thing in the morning. Protein shake, you need to get that protein in, fast acting, all that kind of jazz. This couldn't be further from the truth. You do not need a protein hit upon waking, and you do not have to eat protein every 2 hours. You're not going to lose muscle if you don't eat protein within the first few hours of waking. So if you're having like a morning protein shake just to get that protein hit first thing, don't worry about it. Just eat a nice solid meal within the first few hours. Maybe you could even do intermittent fasting. Some people do 1 meal a day. As long as you're hitting your protein overall, that's usually the best thing you're going for. So this morning protein shake, not needed. Back in the tub. Now, I'm gonna go to the gym for my morning cardio on a treadmill like a proper bodybuilder. And before we even get to the gym, I'm having a strange thought. This might feel somewhat weird. I'm walking to the gym to go and walk on a treadmill. Quite a strange thing, isn't it? It's not like I could just walk on the street. I need to be specifically on a treadmill or like a hamster on a wheel, mate. This pavement, not good enough, mate. You need to get on the treadmill. I'm at the gym doing my morning cardio on the treadmill, as a good bodybuilder should be. But you don't want to be coming to the gym to waste all your time on the treadmill. Let's say you spend half an hour on a treadmill and you burn 200 calories. Is that really worth eating the chocolate bar? Is that really worth eating the apple? And you don't need to be that accurate about how much you're eating anyway. Unless you're weighing out absolutely everything, your sauces, your rice to the gram, you're weighing out your wraps, because your wraps aren't going to be exactly the same, slices of bread aren't going to be the same as sit on the packet. Unless you're doing all of that and spending time on here to track, working out, burning exactly 200 calories is a waste of your time. Bodybuilders only do it because they are weighing out their food and they need to burn a certain amount of calories to lose a certain amount of weight in a certain amount of time. So this, unless you just want to trade time, is an absolute waste of your time in the gym. Don't bother with it. Gonna go home, get the breakfast in, and then first meal, eat big to get big. Meal one, we've got oats, eggs, eat big to get big. You'll often hear people say this, but if you eat big to get big, you'll eat big and you'll get fat. You want to work out a small calorie surplus for you, or stay around maintenance and slowly focus on your gym performance, and then you will slowly add lean mass. So don't feel the need to eat food like this. Eat foods you enjoy. If I was going to eat eggs, I'd have a breakfast burrito. If I'm going to eat oats, I'd have banana, I'd have fruit in there, I'd have a bit of peanut butter, zero calorie syrup. Don't feel like you just need to eat boring, plain, bland foods, and don't eat big to get big, because you just get fat, mate. Okay, so then, first things first, if we're training like a bodybuilder, need to actually be dressed like one. Okay, so when you start the gym, you will probably hear like, oh, today I'm training my chest, this is chest day, this is back day, this is arm day. This is just a very incomplete or very incompetent way to train. But when that period of time is over that you could not train it, you could train again. So for example, say if you train a body part once a week every week for a year, and you hit 52 times in the year, yeah, the person that actually trains their body parts how they should would be hitting it 104 times over the course of the year. They'd be hitting it twice a week. Doing something twice as much, you're probably going to make double the progress, aren't you? Now onto the workout. I'm going to get up one of the most famous bodybuilders' workouts, Arnold Schwarzenegger. I found this online, so who knows if it's actually his real fucking workout or not, but this is chest workout and this is back workout. A lot of volume You, the average individual that isn't a 250 pound absolute male that's pumping steroids into yourself every day, is going to struggle to really feel your muscles working for that time, and you're also going to struggle to actually do those sets properly. So how I train and how you should train is, you see this chest and back workout, you split that into two, and you have a chest and back day A and a chest and back day B that you do over the course of the week, or you can do full body, push-pull legs. It doesn't really matter per se which split you follow, just as long as you're hitting everything at least twice a week. So now I'm going to train chest and back, and I'm going to pick 2 exercises out here, 2 exercises out here, and we'll do the workout. Now next up we have the lat pull down. Why have I specifically chose the lat pull down? Because that is the exercise that I did last week, and I am progressively overloading that exercise. I'm doing more on that exercise every week. And this brings us to the second point, which is shocking your muscles. You will sometimes hear that you need to shock your muscles, do something different every time, and this is not how you make progress. The way you make progress is you pick something, you do it for an extended period of time, 8 to 12 weeks, and then you get slowly better at it every week. And if you're still getting better at it, keep it in for another 8 to 12 weeks. If not, swap it out, change it up for a similar exercise. So say you were doing a lat pull down, you could change that to pull-ups, and then once you hit a plateau on your pull-ups, you could switch back to a lat pull down. Switch a horizontal pull for a horizontal pull. When you hit plateaus on there, don't try and shock your muscle and change it every week, because your body reacts to getting better at one thing over a period of time. Now we've got chest cable flies, and I'm like training to failure. Often you'll hear, go one more, go harder, train to failure every session. And yeah, this sounds like great in an ideal world, killing yourself every session, but you're not going to be able to maintain that for an extended period of time. On your bigger lifts, like your presses and your pull downs, as long as you are in 3 reps of failure, you're going to get similar results to training to failure. And then over the course of a training cycle, you could increase how near you get to failure. And then when you get to failure, you have a deload and you recuperate. But with something like a chest fly, you could definitely train nearer to failure on that. But with the big lifts like presses, pull downs, leave a bit in the tank and then work towards that before you have your deload week. Drop sets, supersets, all that sort of stuff. It's great for when you're coming towards an end of a training cycle and you want some advanced training techniques, but you don't want to be doing them all the time because they are hard to track, and it could be just junk volume, it could just be something that you don't need to put in your program. However, supersets that are good to do would be an antagonist-agonist pairing. So say if you're stuck for time and you pair your chest fly straight away with your row, and by doing that, you are training muscles that are not actually working together, your chest and your back. That's antagonist and agonist, one is working, the other isn't, and this can save you time. So that is a way that you can use a superset as an effective method in your training. Okay, so now I'm gonna head home and I need to run because I forgot my protein shake, and you've got to get your protein in that post-anabolic window, the 30 minutes after you work out, or all your work is unnecessary. So see you in a bit, catch you at home. Oh, made it home. Thank God for that. Didn't want to miss the fucking anabolic window. My protein shake. Quick time, get the protein. Quick time, get the protein again in the shake. Again, this is incorrect. It is a good idea to have protein after your meal. I mean, it is a good idea to have protein after your workout, but there isn't some magic anabolic window that if you don't eat protein in this certain amount of time, then you are going to not get any progress from what you just did. Think about it, it doesn't make sense. Because we come originally from cavemen. Like, cavemen didn't have a protein shake, they didn't just have an opportunity after a day out of intense to be like, shit, we didn't get any animals today, but you know what, we got a protein shake at home, so we're not going to lose our muscle. Like, you need a certain amount of protein every day, but timing of that isn't actually too relevant. Yes, it would be good to have several servings of protein a day. Yes, it would be good to eat some protein after you work out, but it's not going to make or break it. Over the course of 10 years, if you worked out and say 2 or 3 times a week, you didn't eat protein within an hour of working out, and you went on with 2 hours of working out 2 or 3 times over the course of the week, in those 10 years, would you look that different? Probably not. So it's not something you need to stress about. Don't be thinking about get your protein shaking straight away. Just eat a fairly normal meal after you work out. Now we've had our post-workout protein hit, we need to get our post-workout carbohydrate hit, and we need fast-acting carbohydrates. Sugary drinks, jelly sweets, we need to replenish our glycogen stores very fast, don't we? Unless you're a long-distance runner, an endurance athlete, or you're going to train again that day, then replenishing your glycogen stores immediately after your workout. It's good to have some carbohydrates after you work out, but it doesn't matter if you do it straight away, fast acting, replenish those glycogen stores. It's not too much of a big difference, so don't stress out about hitting your carbohydrates straight away after a workout. Just eat a normal meal when you're hungry, protein, carbs, bit of fats, whatever meal you like, and you'll be fine. So now we're at midday, 2 hours has passed, and we need another meal, of course, because we're getting our protein hit every 2 hours. We already know that's wrong, but you don't have to eat boring, bland meals like this. Chicken, rice, and broccoli. I've made a meal that I usually eat here. Beef mince, this one I'm going to eat now. Beef mince, wraps, salad is very filling. These are exactly the same calories. I'll put the calories and macros on screen for you now. It's very easy to make foods that you enjoy, and you don't want to be eating foods like this because people struggle to stick to their diets because they think they need to eat foods like this. So this myth is that you don't need to eat chicken, broccoli and rice every meal, mate. Our final meal of the day. Look at this sad, pathetic thing. This is actually how some people used to eat. I used to eat like this. When I was 17, 18, this is what I used to live on. And I think a lot of people live like this. It's crazy. So the myth that I'm busting here is no carbs before bed. Look at that much avocado. That's like probably 200 calories of avocado there. You could have rice, you could have wraps, you could have pasta, but for some reason, even if it's exactly the same amount of calories, we'll be like, no carbs before bed. It's totally incorrect, disproven. You don't have to have fats instead of carbs because it's late at night. Eat your carbs when you like. Over here, I'm also going to talk supplements, mate. This is actually pretty paying protein as well, so if you've never tried it, give it a go. But supplements, protein, creatine, these are about the only two that I would really bother with for your average individual. Anything like BCAAs or anything online that you see that says, this will gain you 10 pounds of muscle in 3 months. It's a lie, mate. It's an absolute lie. Like, I mean, I'm sure your young males in this audience, you've been on Pornhub. You don't believe the ads that tell you they'll grow your dick 6 inches in 3 months. Like, so you shouldn't believe the ones that say they're going to grow your muscles by 12 pounds in 3 months, because it just doesn't exist. I'm gonna get on with the day, but I will catch you just before bed. And it's about 6 o'clock now. It doesn't look like 6 o'clock because it's quite light, but the sun doesn't set till like half 7, 8, yeah. And I'm gonna have some cottage cheese, mate. High protein. I'm gonna get that nice protein hitting before bed. The slow acting protein, so my body's got a nice, easy, steady stream of protein in it throughout the night. And my muscles won't just fall apart. And again, I'm gonna liken this back to the caveman thing. How would we have made it this far if we needed slow acting proteins to maintain our muscles overnight? The cavemen would have been small, skinny men that didn't have any muscle. They would have been getting fought off by all these creatures. They would never ever made it, mate. You don't need the slow acting protein. You just need to get a certain amount of protein every day and you'll be fine. And I have one more extra tip for you guys, which I think goes without saying, but we'll see in the next clip if it does or not. And again, I hope this one goes without saying, but I have heard of people doing it. Waking up in the middle of the night to scoop protein, mate. Yes, some people believe that they need protein in the middle of the night. But hopefully, by now, when you see me doing this one, you already saw it was coming and you knew that I was just being an idiot and taking the points to its extreme. But, as always, cheers for watching. Like, subscribe, all that good shit. I'm going to have my scoop of protein, get back to bed for a workout in the morning. See you in the next one.